I'm going to be talking about my military story. So I've been getting like bombarded with questions pretty much since I started YouTube about the military, and if you guys do not know, I am in the Army. More specifically, I am in the Kansas Army National Guard. Yes, I said I'm from Kansas, and that's probably weird to people because for some reason people like think that nobody who isn't white comes from Kansas, which is a bunch of baloney because where I live there are tons and tons of different people. So if you guys thought that, it ain't true. The first time that I ever heard it was actually when I went to training for the Army, and I literally was just shocked that people actually believed stuff like that. So yes, I am part of the Kansas Army National Guard. I am very happy that I made this decision in my life, and there are a lot of people who do not feel that way about the military, so I am going to be making the comments for this video by approval only because I know when people upload videos like this, there's always so much hate, and it's not just hate towards the people who are in the military, but it's usually just hate towards the military and gun control and being in other countries and everything, and I just ain't up for that. So I am going to be approving every comment that is on this video. Sorry, I feel like there's like fuzzies just flying around in the air, but maybe there ain't. I don't know. I guess I'll start out by saying that I joined the military in October of 2010. It was the 27th of October 2010. So that's been quite a while now since I joined. When I first joined, I researched and researched and researched. I did a program called RSP. This is a program that the National Guard does, and I know the Reserves does have a similar thing to it, but I know for the Reserves it's optional. So this might not be true in other places. It's just that when I went to training, I was told that it was optional. So for the National Guard, it is a requirement, but I did that for seriously like 8 months. So once a month for a Saturday and Sunday, I would have to go to a program called RSP, and it pretty much completely got me into shape and got me the knowledge that I needed for basic training. So that way when I went to basic training, I wasn't just like, oh my god, they're gonna kill me, like I don't know what to do. I was not one of those people. I knew my stuff before I went, and I cannot tell you how much this helped because I saw people who joined like the Reserves or who joined literally 3 days before they got to basic training, and they were just freaking out because they had no idea what any of the stuff was. Like
I went there and I was like, I know everything.
So I mean, you can't go into it being like that, but I was very, very glad that I knew the things that I knew. I went to basic training May 24th of 2011. So yes, that was a very long time that I was in RSP. So that's how I knew the things that I knew already, was because it was such a long period. The reason why I had to do this is because I was enrolled in college at the time. I took a whole semester off of college just to be able to do my military training, and my military training took me a summer and a semester of school to complete. So I did miss a semester of school because of that, which was totally fine in my books because it wasn't like I was just taking a semester off of school. Like I still went to school, it was just for the military. The reason why I picked the National Guard instead of another branch of service is because they pay 100% of your tuition. Now, there are catches here and there. You have to make sure that you know what you have to do to fully get your tuition paid for. The process is a lot more difficult than anything I imagined having to go through. I went through a phase where I was like,
these people are screwing me over, and I joined something that I knew nothing about.
Well, honestly, I felt like I asked the right questions. My parents, however, don't feel that we asked enough questions. Like, literally, there are never enough questions for you to ask, especially when they're willing to pay all of your tuition. You just want to make sure that you understand how it is getting paid. So next I'm going to talk about my job training. My career for the military, I really chose because I wanted a job that I could do in the military, but if I decided to get out of the military and not re-enlist, I would be able to do this job outside of the military. So all of the jobs that I wanted were full. Then finally, I just told my recruiter, I was like, literally just pick something for me, something that I can do outside of the military. And she came to me with the job that I currently do, and I am a 25 uniform, which if you don't know what that is, it is a signal support system specialist. I will put a link in the bottom bar for websites that can help you understand what this is, but there are a million really awesome YouTube videos about it, so I would definitely check that out. But pretty much anything to do with technology, that's me, and I can work on computers, radios. It's majority of radios and just how to communicate through the radio. That training was super long. I went to AIT August 5th of 2011, and I was there until December. It was like the first couple weeks of December, I don't remember. I missed a semester of school. I got back when everyone was on Christmas break, and the next semester I enrolled for classes again. And then I went to school over the summer to make up for the semester that I missed, which I recommend for everyone if they plan on doing that. It just worked out fine for me, so I'm still graduating at the same time. Since I'm in National Guard, it's the 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year, and then I work a part-time job as well as going to school. I get a lot of crap on my Facebook page from people being like, oh, you're complaining about being in the National, or you're complaining about going to drill weekend, you're complaining about this, like, not being mean, but just kind of giving me crap for when I complain about it. But I don't think that people understand, like, people think you're going to join the National Guard, it's just going to be easy, you do your 1 weekend a month and that's it. It's not the case whatsoever. Constantly am trying to make sure that I'm working out. I'm constantly trying to make sure that I have my stuff ready to go when drill weekend gets here. It is not a break for me. It's on occasion I can let my brain relax and focus on things like school or work. Like, I literally work 30 plus hours a week during the school year. So it was like work, school, and having to do drill weekend. It always seemed like drill weekend came on a weekend where I had like a midterm or a final. It's not the simplest thing in the world. Now, for those people who do National Guard and they don't have a job outside of National Guard and they don't go to school and literally sit at home, then I can see where people are coming from complaining. But if you guys decide to join the National Guard, which I'm not saying, hey, join the National Guard, but if you guys ever decided like that would be something that you wanted to do, you have to be prepared for the fact that regular Army active duty people, there's just a clash between National Guard and active duty. There always has been, there always will be. I got crap from people when I was at training for it, but it's like, what are you gonna do? So I'm glad with the military service that I am doing. I'm glad that I'm doing what I can, and if I graduate from school and want to be active duty, I can do that. As of right now, I haven't been on deployment yet, but I am scheduled to deploy next November, so I will be graduating college, fingers crossed, after this semester. And then again, it always could just get completely wiped off the slate. That's just how our unit is right now. We're just preparing ourselves to be deployed. I guess if you guys have other questions or you feel that I answered anything wrong, I try not to get the whole National Guard Reserve thing confused for people, then just let me know, leave it in the bottom. As I said, the comments will be by approval only because this video is totally not meant for hate. It's just meant to tell you guys what I have been through. I guess I'm gonna go for today. I just wanted to chit chat with you guys for a little bit because I felt like I had time to record, so I may as well do it. So I guess if you guys enjoyed this video, then thumbs up this video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.